into a game initially titled to be the third installment of the true crime series, originally named True Crime Hong Kong. The now an official game known as Sleeping Dogs rises from the challenge of being shelved and thrown from developer to developer, and is now sold to rising development company United Front Games, as well as powerhouse gaming development and publishment team Square Enix. We dive into a free roam scene, this time starring the giant city of Hong Kong of China, where there's a whole bunch of shit going on. Being inspired from a handful of games like GTA, Max Payne, Arkham series, Assassin's Creed series, and of course its spirited predecessor, True Crime, as well as movies such as The Departed, it's a game with a lot of hype and plenty of promises. Now let's see if it can deliver. The story of Sleeping Dogs surrounds SFPD detective Wei Shen, who was sent back on the case to his hometown of Hong Kong, China, to infiltrate a community known as Sun On Yi, while serving undercover. In the beginning, Shen is landed in jail after a drug bust goes wrong due to the HHPD. Where in jail, he is reunited with his old childhood friend Jackie Ma, who begins to reveal Wei Shen's past. After getting out of jail, Shen is reintroduced to yet another one of his childhood memories, Winston Chu, who has now become the leader of a faction under Sun On Yi known as the Water Street Gang. From there, he must prove himself to Winston in order to gain trust and join the gang. It shines light immediately on what an undercover cop would have to go through if he needed to gain the trust of a gang, including committing crimes. He then is reacquainted with an old foe known as Dog Eyes, who is the leader of the J Gang, another gang under Sun On Yi. Damn, Dog Eyes is a shithead. From here is where the story truly begins. As you continue on, Wei Shen starts to gain more and more trust from the gang, to the point where he has to start facing either doing his job or following his emotions. That is when your XP gauges come into play, as you are based on how much you impress the triads as well as the cops. The story has some very good storytelling elements, and honestly feels like a Jet Li movie. The visuals are pretty complex in Sleeping Dogs. The city of Hong Kong, China looks beautiful and developed to the point of feeling how the scenery of Hong Kong really is. Things from cars to wardrobes look great as well, and adds a beautiful touch to the free roam of the city. Character physics and body models also look near excellent, and movement is done as traditional free roam games are done now, and ragdoll when moving, making the look from your third person come out awesome. But the only true problem with Sleeping Dogs lies in a flaw that is noticeable very quickly, the facial visual. During cutscenes when talking, the characters' faces are very stiff and hardly show any emotion but basic smiles, frowns, and shock, in which this is the only place where presentation flaws. But at the same time, it is always a big deal to a game that shares a lot of dialogue and character face time. Although nearly no game can pull off the perfect facial reaction, besides games like LA Noire and such, this definitely could have been done better. The gameplay of Sleeping Dogs is this: pure, unadulterated fun. This is where it takes inspired elements from multiple projects and makes something big. First off, the running system, unlike traditional powerhouse city-based free roam like GTA and Saints Row, where you mostly just run and cover while on your feet, Sleeping Dogs takes an element straight out of the Assassin's Creed series, where you have the capabilities of free running. You're able to use the environment to move quickly and get around things. It runs vividly and very fun to attempt. Next, you have the combat system, which is heavily based off the Batman Arkham City series of free flow and counter tactics, this time done with multiple styles of martial arts where you can develop amazing moves to pull off, which really gets you feeling like you're playing through a kung fu movie. The shooting element shares what made the Max Payne series so unique: bullet time sequences where you shoot in slow motion. Overall shooting mechanics are not the best though. Hard aiming in this game is actually what it says it is, hard aiming, but not out of range at all of a simple learning curve. The driving elements are done surprisingly good for a free roam game, with such feels as Midnight Club or Need for Speed. The gameplay is done greatly, and although many fanatics of other series may be quick to call it a carbon copy of multiple other games, it's not necessarily that, because although it does harness a lot of inspirations, Sleeping Dogs managed to keep a unique feel to it. It's something you just have to experience. When you're playing Sleeping Dogs, I guarantee you in the back of your mind you're going to be like, GTA, GTA. And I'll be the first to tell you it's no GTA, but I will tell you this. It's a very good experience and excellent addition to the free roam genre. Although the character facial visuals are flawed, the overall experience can compete with a lot of competition and is most definitely a success. With a very good base story, as well as a justified combat and movement system, I believe that Sleeping Dogs lives up to the hype and has the potential if possibly made a series to spark and be a high caliber gaming series in the gaming world. I give this game an 8.9 out of 10. Whether you're calling it Sleeping Dogs or still calling it True Crime Hong Kong, it's safe to say it's headed in the right direction, and I welcome it with open arms into the gaming world. This is iDCL, and I'm out. Peace.